My name is Rianna Roston and I am 13 years old. Little did I know that as I started my first lesson with Pete Martin, my Hebrew teacher, at the start of the Batmitzvah study year in September 2008, it would lead me to one of the most amazing journeys of my life. Israel, my Israel. As part of our Batmitzvah year, my friends and I learn about individual responsibility and the importance of tzedakah. Each of us, together with our families, are asked to select a charity and offer our help in any way. I chose myisrael, which is a unique umbrella organisation offering support to a handful of grassroots charities in Israel. My mum and dad were so taken by the projects and the approach of myisrael that they believed that as well as helping some of the charities, I might also benefit in many ways by visiting some of them to learn more about their individual needs. Here are a few clips of the places and remarkable people that my dad and I saw during our emotional rollercoaster of a journey. Shikum Acher is a creative therapy workshop for the mentally ill. Before I arrived, I thought I was going to be surrounded by miserable and depressed people in a gloomy room. I was wrong. Shikum Acher is a bright and happy workshop with people who are making some really great things that they get to sell, and all the profits go back into their centre, which help other people who need a chance to get up in the morning with a purpose, rather than be depressed and lonely. I made a few things with them and gave them to my friends. I could have stayed there all day, they were really lovely. Birthday Angels offers birthday parties for underprivileged children. We went to a birthday party for one little girl called Shelley, who is the girl with a balloon on her head. I could not believe that I was going to see a party for a 9-year-old that was going to be held in her classroom at school, and neither her mum or dad was going to be there. For just £18 each, Birthday Angels makes these special packs with games, stickers, dressing up outfits and many other great things inside that allows a child to have a birthday party. Even though the kids were all happy, I felt bad as I knew that if the same party had been arranged for me at their age, I would have been unhappy because I would have wanted so much more. However, these children were content with what they were being given, because without Birthday Angels, they would have no celebration. I love horses, and I have friends who do as well. We went to visit INTRA, a therapeutic horse riding centre for the disabled, located outside Netanya on the seafront. I met all kinds of student riders, from children and adults suffering from trauma to disability and mental illness. In certain cases, some students find absolute freedom when they are on a horse. One example is a soldier who had lost his legs in a war, whose mobility is in a wheelchair, apart from the time that he gets on a horse and finds an absolute freedom of movement that I have always taken for granted. I made puppets and other soft games at Click, a wonderful place where the elderly can be productive and still contribute to society. It is a centre where seniors come to socialise, be active and above all be happy, and never alone. I think that I now have 5 other grandmas who have adopted me. Dental Volunteers for Israel is a dental surgery which is completely staffed by volunteer dentists. Hundreds of children would never have the chance to have their teeth cared for, which I now understand could go as far as ruining their lives, in many ways, such as their self-esteem and ability to achieve. I will never complain again when my mum takes me to the dentist. You never knew what a mouse was? I asked a child at Matova, an organisation set up for underprivileged children and adults who have never used a computer before. I argued endlessly with my brother and sister about having my turn to use the computer at home, and yet these kids, until the arrival of Matova, will not even get the chance to switch one on. To these guys, Matova is a place where they can go to enjoy keeping up with the world around them and learning skills that could result in offering them a wonderful future. Beit is a home shelter for young male adults for 16 to 25-year-olds who were rejected from other shelter homes in Israel under the claim of being untreatable. Beit does not acknowledge this term. They believe that with a little warmth, love and attention, anyone can reach a fruitful and meaningful life. Although, as I am looking around the shelter, I recognise that the amenities are basic and the space is limited. The comfort it offers, as opposed to waking in the morning on a cold, hard street pavement, is nothing less than luxurious. children of Beit Hayeled, kibbutz Morav, were at-risk children and had come from broken homes, but have now found a secure and nurturing home on this beautiful kibbutz. It is Friday morning and most of the children are at school. As part of the regular weekly activity in the home, a few of the carers are preparing the chollas for Sabbath. Here I am, having a go at making my first challah, and it is really good fun. The home has a loving and warm atmosphere, and Yitz, the man in this film, together with his wife, provide as close to a loving and supportive family network as they can for 9 young children. Without Yitz and his beautiful family, these children would more than likely be lost to the world and never have the chance in life that they deserve. Throughout the week, the children spend part of their free time drawing. They also participate in a weekly art class with a professional art teacher. Through their art projects, they can express themselves in an open and free-flowing fashion. I'm collecting as many art materials and supplies as I can from schools, clubs, friends and family to send to the kids to enjoy through the summer holidays. We all need food to survive. I eat not only to survive, but because I enjoy the chance to constantly experience different aromas, tastes and textures. I cannot imagine going to bed hungry and not knowing when I will next be able to eat something. When we arrived at the Beit Shean Foodbank, food was the last thing you had to search for. It was everywhere, as well as organised chaos. Volunteers come every Friday to prepare over 100 meals for some of the starving residents of this small town. This operation provides hot food for poor families for Shabbat and holidays. People from all around bring in the leftover food from simchas from the previous night, as well as donations of food from surrounding small shops and supermarkets. The atmosphere created from the humdrum of activity is electric, and the knowledge that the efforts are about to keep someone alive and healthy is overwhelming. My dad and I just wanted to jump in and help preparations in this remarkable kitchen. Outside, cars in convoy prepare to load up, and eventually Keshet, my new friend, and I deliver a little happiness and comfort for another Shabbat. It is now my intention to tell as many people as I can about myisrael. I now understand why my parents wanted me to have the chance to experience seeing some of these projects rather than only reading or hearing about them. The memories and emotions will be with me forever, and I will never forget.